Hi everyone. So today we'll continue on with our Anna Griffin Simply Paisley Scrapbooking Kit tutorials. This is what we did in the last video. I believe these are pages 8 and 9. So we're going to work on 10 and 11 today. I think today I'm going to try out a design from one of the inspo, that they included here. I was really looking at this one. I was thinking I was going to do this one, but then I was like, I don't know. Because I don't want to waste a bunch of paper behind here, but at the same time to just glue together little strips to make this page. I don't know if that's my favorite thing to do. We'll see. Maybe once we get towards the end, if I see I have plenty of paper, maybe we'll do something like this guy. But I think I really like the cluster because there's so much going on, but I wouldn't make it as thick because there are literally 3 layers of those stickers. The stickers are already this thick, so I mean the cluster's gonna end up being like that thick in a scrapbook. I wouldn't do that. But this one also has a cluster that I thought we could try out since we haven't done here and there. Again, this one also looks like 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 layers even. So we'll try to flatten that out a little bit, but still has something similar. I think we can do that. And then I saw some of the pink paper that I haven't used at all. The pink opposite of this one. See this paper right here that's like blue with that pattern? I have the pink one that we haven't used, not even one bit of it. So I think we'll do that today. Get away from the square look because I think I did a few square ones anyway. I do have some other square items in mind that I want to do with you guys, but for right now, let's do this one today. So I know this kit is still available. I'll go ahead and link it there in the description box, possibly embed in the video here. That would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. Thanks for using them, guys, if you would like to. Again, I always give my disclaimers. Everybody's supposed to give disclaimers, and you're supposed to say it verbally and written, but, does anyone ever do it? Not really. And hope you don't get tired of me saying it. I'm going to say it because I'm not trying to get in trouble. So whenever it's a sample, I tell you guys that. If it's a paid-for video, I tell you guys that. And also, whenever I link affiliate links, I tell you guys that. So there you go. But yeah, these pages are so pretty. I love the way this came out. I love the way it matches up here. But again, it is a little bit odd when you go to put it in here. It's not really a complete matchup because this is a different type of album. It's a ring bound instead of post bound. So the rings kind of separate them a little bit. I will say, whenever you have something like this, you can also, maybe I want this one on this side and maybe this one on this side now. And they still match up, which is really nice. But, maybe you like the look of this over here better and this over here. Actually, that looks really pretty, Mix and match them, whatever. You can even move the design. Like, this is the design I did, but if you liked it better like this, or I guess more like this, you could do something like that. Obviously, it's a square, but like I'm just showing you how that looks if it went trellised across. You have that. Obviously, we would turn this sideways, so that makes sense. But, you can do different things. And now I'm going to end up like, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, like this. I kind of do like the look of these two guys together, though. One side and the other. Crawling up in the center here. Whatever you want to do. That's the whole thing with scrapbooks. They should be done in a way that you can kind of turn them. That's the whole thing if you're looking at like recipes, scrapbook recipes or whatever. They're going to work regardless of how you turn them, or at least it should, because it's supposed to be proportional. But anyway, so again, maybe I should show you guys over here. Give yourself a little space to get that tucked in there. And clearing those stickers. And this one I did have that dimensional kind of frame, right? It is popped up on dimensionals, but it looks really pretty in there. Okay, I'll put the other one together. And this is what I mean, that they're not that close together. Like I said, in a post-bound album, they're like right as you're turning pages, they're right on top of each other, right next to each other. This, you have this whole gap here that kind of separates the pages anyway. I did say I want to make some pages that aren't super like one after the other, like symmetrical. Haven't gotten around to that, okay? So I will very soon. You know what? Actually, I think I have a good idea for that one. I want to make a page where you're putting a frame, not a frame, but a square, and, turn sideways like this. And maybe that's a good one to have something like that, but then the other page be more of a normal page. All right, let me grab some papers and think about what we want to do. Okay, guys, so trying to keep these things together because every time I come to do the video, I'm like, where did I put those flourishes or this or that? So there we go. Okay, one other thing. We have these strips, which are these guys, but I try to preserve these. So I feel like there's nothing super special about these, but they are, I don't know, maybe we do use them. We'll see. I was thinking about just cutting strips from one of my pages and then using them, because you can definitely do that and just glue it down. instead of using up a sticker, border sticker. But you do see those border stickers very, quite a bit. I don't like using them up where they're like hidden, where you don't even notice them because they're like behind something. I don't even know that's an example here. There's not. I mean, this one you still see it really well too. So that's nice. But other times you put it down and then you don't even see it. But these are the papers I need to start working with because we're, halfway through the book and I haven't used not one sheet of this one. So I think we're going to go with this one. It is very bright. There's a lot going on. And then, with this one, they're using two different papers. It's not just this one and then the turnaround or the backside of this one. It's not. It's backside of a different sheet. But, I like to do my little trick, so I rather just turn this around and use the backside of this. It is a lot of pink. So that's kind of why I was like, maybe we do break it up with some of these. I don't want to use these guys. I want to hoard these. But that does look very pretty. I mean, we can go into this green. It is different, and it does stand out, right? So maybe we use 4 of them today. Yeah, why not? I still have quite a bit of the other ones. I told you guys I still misplacing 2 of these. I don't know what I did with them. That's crazy. They're going to be in some pile under something. But we still have all of these that we can do something fun with. Again, this guy, maybe, I use it on the very front title page. They're just so pretty, and I don't want to mess with these too much yet. So let's leave those to the side. And maybe we get started with something like this. Okay, so since we don't really have instruction here, we're going to make up our sizing, our measurements. So to me, it looks like 3, 6, 9, 12. It looks like maybe 4 inches, so 4 and 8. So like a third of it is this, and then the rest of it is, it doesn't look like quarters. It looks like thirds, in my opinion. So I'm going to cut 4 inches off the top of the paper and then just flip the bottom part. So let's see, do these match up at all? Oh, no, not really. I don't think these are meant to line up. They do a little bit, but don't. Do you see how it's kind of off a little bit? So anyway, all right, so let's take 4 inches and then we're gonna flip it like we've been doing and all that fun stuff. So 4 inches. And I'll go ahead and cut my second page just to have it ready to go when we do the music over, and I repeat it basically so you guys can see what that looks like. Again, without me talking about the whole thing. All right, so I'm gonna put this to the side. I don't think we need any more trimming. Now, if you don't want to use these borders, what I would do is just, go into your stash, maybe do a border die that you might have in a quartering color, or go into these papers and cut yourself strips. 1, 2, 3, 4 strips that are, however wide. These are 1 1/4 inches wide. So I don't need these 2. I'll put these 2 to the side for now. I'm gonna take this guy. And again, we're just going to copy that. So I'm just going to put this here. And I can definitely eyeball this, but I'm going to put it on my grid lines just so I have an idea of where the center would be. This line right here. And try to center my 1 1/4 inch strips in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just, what I would do with the other one is just measure it the same. Like where you're going to put it. Oh, okay. Another thing they did here, just little details. I was just going to stick this down and it looked like this is the way for me. At the bottom, they used the other one in the other direction. So they did with the little skinny area at the top. Hopefully that makes sense. And then like the little poofier area down. And then here, that poofier area is facing up so that they're just kind of, parallel? No. Mirror image? That's the one of each other. Somebody had made mention, they're like, oh, I like when you do a lot of math. I'm like, oh, just wait, because when I do that one square, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem, guys. We want our square to be exactly the size of, if it's turned on its angle, that it's going to touch the corners. So we're going to have to figure that number out, and we'll do that together. All right, guys. So let me see, 2 blocks plus a little bit more, because it's basically 5/8 of an inch, It doesn't have to be perfect, but whenever I go to do the other one, I'll line it up so they end up being about the same. And I'm just kind of going across here. There we go. That looks really good. And that's going to stick those 2 pieces of paper together. So essentially 1 piece of paper that looks like, you used a couple of pieces. I suppose we can go ahead and stick this one down too, because there's not much else going on other than it's at the border. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to line it up right at the very bottom. Again, kind of mirror image of what we did at the top there. Cute. I did go a little crooked at the end here, but you know, that's how it is. Okay. Oh, what I do like about this layout also is that, again, it's symmetrical. But if you don't want to, you can add, you know, different things like anything. One large picture here and then a couple smaller ones or square ones. This one is symmetrical, but then they did something different with the pictures, you know. You can do stuff like that. So, funny enough, I haven't used a lot of the pink. I try to hold off on it recently, but if I use pink frames, it's going to be a lot of pink here. So we need to break this up with something else. So I have purple. I wish they did more of this blue. See how dark that blue is? It really pops. They only gave it to us in, yeah, only in the square, you know, which is kind of a bummer. Also, I can't tell. Yeah, it must be a 5x7. And then I don't know if I'll use that blue or not. The green is kind of nice to bring the green back. Did we use green yesterday? I don't remember. Let's see. That one. Okay, so they did green and pink, but maybe... See, the green one's not very decorative. That's the other issue with that green one. These are, but like these guys aren't. Which kind of... We can do maybe something like that, because that way that green brings it, this pink away from the background, you know what I'm saying? So we had pink in the background, then the green. Oh, you can also layer things up like this, guys, which is also very pretty. So, okay, let's do that. Although the pink is very gorgeous. But that's a lot of pink for this page. Just too much pink. Okay, so let me put these aside for the other side. And I think, is that it for... Oh, no, I still have some green. I was going to say, is that it for these guys? But no. Put those to the side. So what we're going to do next is... Oh, cute, because they use that little... Okay, I like that. Again, I don't know that I have as much space as they have, see, between here or like this one. I guess they probably brought it up higher. Again, I had to guess at how far down they brought this, and it might have been a little bit higher up. Maybe I have too much space at top here. Maybe it was 3 inches and 9, you know, I don't know. But I did 4, right? And then 8. But that's all right. So let's see here. We have the card, and then these guys. Okay, let me focus on these smaller ones down the corners. It looks like it's one cluster plus some of these. And what I mean by cluster is like the flowers are already put together. It looks like, oh, it looks like the one I used. Did I use it yesterday? Well, if I did, oh well. It doesn't have to be exactly the same either, guys. I'm just, so it looks, that's so funny. I had the same issue whenever I used these last time because I'm like, it looks weird when you go to turn it the other way. So I don't know if you can see here. They did use it here. Oh no, that's the opposite one. Okay. They used it here. See, this is what I'm telling you, it's so hard to... Oh, it's not even this one, is it? Yeah, I can't tell. It looks different. You see what I'm saying as far as the angles? I don't know. Maybe it is this one. No, it's not, because the side one is here. Okay, let me find the ones that they're using. And again, some of these are like hard to eyeball, like if they look different at all. So these obviously are facing the same way. That's kind of how I find the ones I need, left and rights. This is a different flower, but actually maybe we use this one because I recently used this set, I think on the last page. So this will kind of break it up. So let me find if we have left and rights of these guys. And that'll be fine. This is another one with the yellow flower. I will be right back. Oh, you know what? I think they also use these at the bottom of here, but you don't even see them. See, that's the other thing. They use them like this. So you end up burying so much of it, but you know, maybe it's worth trying out. I'll be right back. I will say they for sure use these, so we'll bring these guys out. I was trying to focus on the bottom one, but now I'm going through these flowers and end up bringing out many more things. Oh my gosh, you guys, some of these are so hard to tell what's going on. But again, I just use my little trick of like trying to layer things up in a way that, you know, the leaves match up so you can see exactly what you're working with. So like these guys, yes, those match up. They have a bunch of different things. Like this one almost has like 4 corners to it, you know, when you look at it. But anyway, I'm still trying to go through them and look at them in a way that matches them up or not. So you can see that this one does not match up, right? So it's the opposite one of this guy. Okay, so that's kind of how I look at them. They're very similar with some little slight differences. We're not using this one, I don't think, at all. It doesn't look like it. Having said that, you know, you can splice things in for like this one where it has like the red flower and the little pink one. Maybe put this in there. I'm not going to use this whole long guy in the back. I think what I'm going to do is replace them with pansies, the pansy one, because the pansy one has something similar going where it's kind of like growing. I don't know how to explain it. So I think I'm going to use pansies for that one, for these side ones, even though they're white and I do like the look of that, but I think we're just going to pop in some pansies there. So I'm just looking for these flourishes and just to have everything ready to go. I still haven't even finished looking for these things. Okay, guys, again, these are really hard to tell what's going on, but I do have left and rights of this, so we just need one and the other, because they have one on one side, and then they have one on the other side. So we need those. I'm going to take these away. I think these away. And I'll look for the gold flourishes. Okay, so I'm just going to pick through here and look for the ones that look like what they used. And I will be right back. Okay, guys, I don't know. I did my best to kind of eyeball like what's going on here, and I think I got those down. I did choose different ones for the other area though, so that's just what I chose to do. And here they do have like a flourish back here. It's not on this one, so maybe it's just missing or whatever. So I'm not going to include that one, but that would, you know, be another little layer. They have this guy. I can't tell what it is that's going on the other direction. It looks like it might just be the other side of this one. It might be. If they have it this way. No, see how it looks different? So I picked a whole other one. I may or may not use this. But we're going to try to build this up to look like what they have going on here. Now, okay. We do need left and rights. Hopefully you can see that. Like this one's going to the right, this one's going to the left, you know, all that stuff. So we're just going to make it opposite. I did pick out, so I have this. Let's focus on the bottom first, and then we'll work on the top ones. So down here, you know, again, eyeballing these things, this is what I went with. It might be 3 and 9 inches. So if that helps you out better, if you want a little more room, you know, to breathe here, then cut this top piece 3 inches and then stick it together, right? I just kind of went with what I thought, and maybe it's still correct. Maybe it's not. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to use my glue, but of course you can use your liner tape. And I'm going to try to still do the same kind of dimensions, or the same way they might have placed it here. Okay, so it's in this top left corner, not leaving too much underneath the band there, and just a little bit more this way. But, you know, to me, if I'm leaving a little bit here, I would leave a little bit on the side, but they left a little more, so that's fine. And then this guy, and I think I'm going to pop this guy up just because, you know, it feels very flat. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of the dimensionals going on that one. So I'm just going to line this up with dimensionals and take the backs off. I usually do 3, 3, and 3, right? I'll be right back. Okay, I did leave this spot open because obviously I want to stick my picture in there, and I don't want this, you know, stuck down completely. Let me see here. I'm trying to see the kind of spacing they left there. It's kind of the same amount of space left here as to the other side. They did bring this up a little bit higher though, so it really does cut into this one quite a bit. So maybe something like that. Okay. All right. And then we have this. They do have the journaling card on this side. If you want to put it here, you want to put it on another side, whatever it is. I'm probably going to make it so it's the same height as this one. So let's grab the journaling card. Where are we? I have everything in front of me, of course. You know where they are? They're underneath my sheet here. I was like, I know they're here. So they did use the green to coordinate with the green one here. You know, pink. We have the purple. I mean, we can go a little avant-garde. Or we can bring the green back in. Or go matchy-matchy, the pink and pink, which is kind of what they did. I know there's just a ton of pink on this page. We haven't used any of this blue, but I feel like that's a whole new color adding in. I feel like the purple would be the other one we could bring in. You know, whatever you like, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do the purple just because I haven't been using it. And so it does look like they left it underneath this, you know. And again, see, this is the, look how close it is. And on their image, there is a little tiniest bit of space there and down here. So again, this is probably 3 inches. That's okay. That's okay. We don't have to Okay, so if I sneak that back in here, I'm trying to see where I would want that to be. Also, I can put a sentiment here, not the thing, or we can bring it up here, you know. But I'm kind of trying to show you guys what I'm taking inspo from them, so I would use it that way. I am going to put the smallest little glue here so I can pick it up later. So I'm just putting the smallest amount. And that goes there. And then this is supposed to come up here, somewhere in there. And then the little flowers, again, maybe a little more room to breathe, but right now, let's leave this here. Where'd I have it? Like there? Yeah, that's cute. They did bring it over just a little bit more, but that's all right. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit off the back of this, and then we're gonna work on that big cluster on the top. So that's kind of what we've been doing, is these clusters, for lack of a better term. I don't know, that's what I've been calling them. Again, I'll pick the rest of this off later. Obviously we gotta get this in the page. You don't want it sticking out too far. And they kind of have it just like here-ish. Actually, they have it a little bit lower. Does that look right? Yeah, that's kind of weird though. I like it better the way where I had it. It's a little bit higher up. Okay, so I'm gonna stick that down. And actually, well, that's fine. Okay, and then this one, again, I chose my own flower for this. They used a different cluster. They used more of the ones that are like in this area. And I just chose this because I haven't used them and I used the other one very recently. So I'd rather get this going. And I'm going to go ahead and tear off this side, leave a little bit over here, so it's not sticking everything down. And we can put that like there. Okay, at the very bottom of the page. Make sure this is stuck down. Okay, I might have to bring this in just a little bit. All right, so that is the bottom part. This is for my other page. Also, okay, so that's what that looks like. A lot going on. And then up here, we're just having this big banner of prettiness. So, let's see. See how they have the little pinkish flowers over here and then the red and pink over here? You don't have to make it exactly the same, but I just kind of went with that. So what I did was I grabbed that one piece, the left and right, so I can show you what those look like. And then I'm going to use the pansies, I think. So if it's broken up, it looks something like this. It's these flowers. This one has a little white flower, a red, a pinkish, darker rose, and then that opened up kind of pinkish flower. This one has the darker red flowers with the pinkish rose. They're a lot very similar, so use whatever you like, guys. And then I'm going to use these guys, but again, they use the long stem ones. And then for this side of the page, they have the flourish that goes to the right, and then possibly one in the back, but I can't really tell if it's this one or not, or if they even use another one. So maybe we'll do that. So for the other page, I basically got the opposites. So this guy is going to be over there with the red flowers. This one with the white flowers is going to be over here, and we'll put that together. And then the pansies. And I want the pansy with the yellow towards the top so it has differentiation from the pink. If we did it with the purple, it'd be more pinky up at the top, so I'm turning them this way. And I'm using those special, right? The other ones are different, what they used. Okay, so I am going to take the backs off of a lot of these things because we're just going to stick these things down for the most part. So let's take all the backs off as we work with this. I have to pop in some of these other things here and there. I think I'll start with these. So just eyeballing this. Let's turn this over. This is what's interesting. So as you look at them, this flower is completely hidden. So you're only seeing the pink and then this red one that's kind of turned out, right? So like, where was that? It was like right here. Okay, so that little greenery is showing, and I can see that I do have something like that going. Actually, their greenery is showing way past here. It's like that. Okay. The point of that piece, the greenery is over here, and that's kind of what I'm copying. I'm assuming it'd be the same. I don't know. If we pick up this guy, actually behind that, that's where they have this. So let's get the stickiness off of this guy. Actually, this one's already ready to go. And then for the other one, I'm going to do exactly the same, but just in the opposite direction. So right behind that, I can see about that much of this. So that piece might be what's left here, but it doesn't look like it. You know what I'm saying? It looks different. So anyway, maybe we don't need that one. Okay, so now I'll bring in this cluster of flowers. And this is just because I'm trying to make it look like it. Of course, you can do whatever you want, whatever flowers. Okay, and this is going to be a little bit tall because it's going to be a couple of stickers high, but it's not super high, so I'm not too put off by that. So let me put this guy up here, and what I'm trying to see is where this rose went, where that flower is, and where the greenery is. And this might not even be the same one. I think it is. Okay, they have it like that, which is weird because it looks crooked, but you see that? And then that's where that flower parts. So, I mean, it's definitely this one. I just feel like in real life, this is closer, like more in here. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't look... I feel like this needs to be moved over more. So if that's the case, maybe I'll move this one over more this way. That looks nicer to me. It just didn't look centered to me. Okay. So then we have this one, and like I was going to put it back here. So it still has the same kind of feel, but these are different flowers. I mean, it can be in here, but I feel like back there is better. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, I have some jets over here. Welcome to San Diego. Okay. I want it a little higher up. So something like that. My goodness, yeah. And it's not super high, but it's higher than I would like. But I try to flatten it out as much as I could. You can cut pieces off. You don't have to even have these double layer. I mean, if you want to take one of the layers off, like back here, you can definitely do that. Just pop that last layer off, and then you can use that flower for something else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just take them apart. But I guess this is what we're going with, guys. I will say I need some dimensionals down here to support this. There, maybe here, but in here we might need some. It's just, I don't know that we do, but maybe I'll pop one up like here. Okay. Now let's get this stuck down and be happy with that. That is a cluster for sure. Okay. Let's take the backs off. And I would have taken the backs off of this earlier. I just kind of forgot. But whenever you think that you need to support something with some dimensional adhesive, you know, do that. Okay, and it looks like it's just like right in here. And trying to make it look centered. So, I just want to make sure we're pretty centered there. Oh man, you see what I did? Didn't I say I want the yellow up here and the pink down here? Should I change it out? All I have to do is take this off. It's not really stuck down that much anyway. And let's see what that does. It might make a difference, it might not. Maybe it's a little further out than I worked with. That looks so pretty even without these little pansies coming in here and there. Something like that. Yeah, I like that. And it's actually a little more curved. I mean, you can put them up more straight if you would like. Kind of like in here again, they use those straight stems. But not bad. Again, it's just a different feel because the background is pink. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna stick that down. Hold that down. A lot of stickers here. And I mean, that is this page, right? So I'm going to do very much the same thing on the other side. We're going to put the title like they did. Well, they actually went from one side to the other with like 2 words, which is fine. But this is how I came up with that. And obviously this is a little bit crooked. But I'm going to remove that anyway. Okay, so there it is. All right, let's try the other one. Like with music over like I did previously, it's going to be the same exact thing. Okay, guys, so that was kind of challenging, I guess, because I'm trying to copy something, and I probably should have lined this up a little better. I just did it on my own, then I went to line these guys up. That wasn't the best. I can bring this up a little bit. I could probably fudge that too, because this will come right off. But either way, it doesn't matter, because the casing is kind of like, you're not really going to tell it. They're not super close. So there you go. But again, do what I normally do is I'll bring the other one in so I can see exactly where we're starting at, and then just kind of move over from there. But yeah, so they did a title that goes from one side to the other, or whatever, stories and sparkle. I mean, I guess they don't have to make super sense. This is what it looks like. I use the exact same flowers. It just looks a lot pinker in real life. Again, probably because that pink. I think I'm just going to do what I normally do and pop a sentiment like down in here just so it's kind of the same. And so maybe the word fun. I mean, I have these other guys too. Laugh, stories. Let's do this fun. And I'm just going to pop it down over here. But you can definitely have some words that go together that make sense would be nice. I mean, I can even leave that there too, but I'm just going to put it right down in this corner. The word fun. So just kind of pop it in there. And that is today's page. I don't know if that was less time or more time than making up my own. I feel like it took longer. I don't know. But again, get your inspo, you know, from those examples, from any examples that, you know, they might have posted like when they presented this, because I know a lot of times we just need examples. We like to look at things. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links there in the description box, possibly embedded in the video here. And I will see you all at the next one. I mean, this is quite the cluster. There you go. Bye now.